Hello everyone, and this is Sincere of Teacher Sincere's channel, and welcome once again. So in this video I want to talk about a topic that it just came to my mind today. I had mentioned something about it on my Facebook page last week, and then it came into my mind that maybe I should make a video about this because I'm not sure if other people are aware of this topic. So I thought I would bring it up because it's something I feel that might be a little bit unusual and maybe very troubling incidents that happened to me. And I'm also going to show you examples, not from these particular books, but I just want to show you later in the video proof of what is some things that goes on Amazon. Okay, now you know, Amazon, you might feel like, well, Amazon is in the business of selling. Okay. It's in the business of selling. They want to make money. Sure. But to a certain extent, there are certain things, I think, or certain items they don't want some customers to get. Okay. And this is what happened to me a few years ago. I ordered this book right here. This book here, it's called African Muslims in Antebellum America, Transatlantic Stories and Spiritual Struggles by Alan D. Austin. I ordered this book a few years ago on Amazon, and I think I got it used. I got it for like $15. And I plan also to talk about this book in a later video, more about what it's about. But I ordered this book, and it was about Africans that were brought over during the slave trade that were Muslim. Okay, and that's a whole different story for a whole nother video. But I got this book for $15. And what I did after it came, well, like the week, I don't know if it had actually come yet. It had arrived. But I looked on Amazon the following week to check the price. Because since this is a topic that is not taught in the schools, and that the average person doesn't know about, because a lot of African Americans are searching for their identity, and some are like, oh, we're connected to the Hebrews and this group, or we are the real Native Americans, and you know, a lot of different things. But this is something that most people do not approach. The most that they know about Islam and Muslims connected to African Americans is through the Nation of Islam, which is not Orthodox or standard Islam. So I bought the book for $15. The next week I checked the price, and it went up to $150. Suspicious, huh? So what do you think? Do you think that maybe, of course, you know, some people say Amazon is actually a part of the U.S. government, that it's CIA, okay? So they, of course, know your identity, okay? So it actually went up to $150 the week later. Same book, $150. Also, around the same time, I ordered another book, used. Okay, and this one was the Shahnameh, which is like the national epic of Iran. Okay, and the Shahnameh, or the Persian book of Kings. So I got it. It's pretty worse for wear. I got it used. Okay. The Shahnameh is like the national epic of Iran. It's a thick book. Okay. I've read the other one, but I haven't read this one yet. Okay. So this was an old used copy published by Penguin, I believe. Is it Penguin? Yeah. Penguin Deluxe Edition. So I ordered it, let's see, maybe got about $14. I checked about a week later, and guess how much the price was? They had inflated the price up to, a copy was $1,000. Yep, $1,000. Okay. Now, if you go and check these two books now, the one on African Muslims brought to the Americas. It's running like 30 something dollars now. Okay. Which is, reasonable, a little pricey for a paperback, because this is a paperback. A little slightly pricey. And the Shahnameh is running, some of it as high as $200. Okay. But it went up to $1,000 the week after I ordered it. Now, I want to give you two more examples of what I was talking about. This is another book that I had a copy of, but I gave it to my aunt, my uncle's wife, actually. And this book is called An Unbroken Circle, Linking Ancient African Christianity to the African American Experience. Okay. And on the cover, you have a picture of an African saint, an Orthodox African saint named Saint Moses. They call him Saint Moses the Black, or also Egyptians call him Saint Moses the Strong, and some people call him Saint Moses the Ethiopian. And this is a picture of him actually on the cover. And this was a book that when I bought it, I got it at a normal price. I got it paperback, and I paid probably less than $20. This was several years ago. I got it after 1998. It was actually published in 1998. And this book is it's sort of a kind of a historical, give history of the Orthodox Church, and also it's sort of like a call to get African Americans to consider becoming Orthodox Christians, because the Orthodox Church is actually the oldest branch, the oldest church in existence. Okay, and there are different, Orthodox churches according to country. There's like Russian Orthodox, Greek Orthodox. This book, and when I got it a normal price. And if you look here, it can go as high as $210, a new copy. The only thing is you can get it from some sellers for much more cheaper. I see one here for $9.88. But this is another thing, because talking about the Orthodox Church, and which is a much more conservative, Orthodoxy is much more conservative than Protestantism. It depends. So it depends on what Protestant church you're going to. But generally, Protestant church, many Protestant churches are much more liberal in their thinking than the Orthodox Church, which is still holding on. Many of the Orthodox churches are holding on to their traditions, and they don't want to get away from those. Actually, African American, and they're encouraging African Americans to come over to the Orthodox Church. Now, there are African Americans in the Orthodox Church, different branches of it. And the people that tend in this country to become Orthodox, if they are not already immigrants that were born into that church, they tend to be more educated people. So yeah, but this was an option. They talked about connections to the ancient African Christianity, because a lot of people believe that Christianity was actually brought to Africa by Europeans. But Christianity had already been in Africa centuries and centuries before Europeans showed up. Okay, it had been in Egypt, what's now Sudan, which was a part of Egypt, Ethiopia, it was in East Africa. You had, it was going across North Africa. You had Christian people. Saint Augustine of Hippo, who was Amazir, who was born in what is now Algeria. The price, it can be as high as $210, and I want to show that one. Next, I'm going to show you another one. Now, the second book that I want to mention, I actually learned about it. I learned about this book yesterday or today. It's called The Holocaust Victims Accused, Documents and Testimony on Jewish War Criminals. It actually was published by a conservative, an Orthodox Jewish group that is anti-Zionist. I think it was the author is actually a rabbi, and I think he's part of. I don't know the name of that group, but they are anti-Zionist Jews, and they don't believe that Jewish people should have gone back to Palestine. This actual book is only 124 pages, and if you look at the price of it. Let's see, where is it? I'm trying to. Oh, yeah, here it is. I'm right in front of me. Here's one used copy for $475. Now, actually, you can find it online, okay? But I wanted to show you examples of this, okay? As proof of what I was talking about. So I just showed you two other books, okay? Gave you absolute evidence of what I was talking about, okay? So that you wouldn't think that I was making this up and that I did not encounter this situation. But yes, knowledge is power. It really, truly is. Knowledge is power. And here in the West, the ruling class for a long time has not want, this goes back centuries, has not wanted the masses to know certain things. They wanted to keep it hidden. This goes back to the Catholic Church feeling that only the priest class could actually be the ones to actually read scripture. Okay, this goes way back. Okay, and people were actually burned at the stake. People like John Huss and John Wycliffe, to try to get the Bible translated and so regular people could read it here in the West. They could be quite vicious. And then in the case of my ancestors, okay, the ones that were African, they did not want African people to read. Okay, and the people that were the slaveholders were, usually were rich people. Okay, they were rich people. And, rich people and the governments determine what education we get in the schools. Okay, so a lot of things we're not taught. And I'll see people a lot of times say, oh, why weren't we taught this in school? Why? Because they don't want you to know. Okay, and so Amazon, even though they're in the business of making billions and billions of dollars a year, there are certain books they don't want you to read, okay? I very much believe this. Of course, this is my theory, and I think I'm using common sense and thinking this, okay? But I just wanted you to see this and think about what this could be, okay? I very much believe what I'm saying, that this is the case, okay? And I'm sure there are other cases of this on Amazon, okay? I mentioned about Kwame Nkrumah's book, some of his books, and all of that. But it's so important, though, that we educate ourselves, okay? And we have now at our fingertips, whether we have a phone or a tablet, we don't have to go a lot of times now to an actual library. Now, I still do. I go to the library. I like to still check out books. I have a lot of books in my home, but I still like to go and check out books, okay? And we have to be proactive about our education, okay? And if you see certain books and they are on topics that's like hidden history that they might not want us to know, get that book. While it's cheap, get it. You better get it because they may run the price up. I recently ordered some books and I got them pretty good, about a pretty good price. I shared them with you actually in a previous video. And when you get a chance to get certain books, if you're a book lover and you want to know about certain things that are not taught in the mainstream, take advantage of it. Take advantage of the internet. Do research. Educate yourself. Do all that you can and use it, because who knows? Right now, the internet is like the Wild West, okay? It's sort of like, I remember in the days, I came up from 61, as I mentioned repeatedly on this channel. I remember when, when I was growing up and we just had the black and white television and they had the rabbit ears on the top, the antennas, and try to pick up, you could only pick up one or two stations. Okay, and you had all the static in there and everything. And times when it would clear up, we'd be so happy. Then as time went on, if you wanted to watch television, you had to get cable, then you had to get satellite. I'm thinking that they're going to be moving. They're already talking about having some type of ID to verify who you are. I think it was Nikki Haley that's running for president or planning to run for president in the upcoming elections next year. And I'm thinking they're going to make it harder and harder as time goes on, where you cannot totally access parts of the internet, a lot parts. They might let you have a little corner of the internet, but if you don't have certain types of ID or what they want you to have, you won't have access. Okay. So yeah, while the internet is the way it is, take advantage of it. Take it seriously and use it to educate yourself. And don't always go and ask other people, can you look this up for me? Or do it yourself. Learn how to use the internet yourself. A lot of times people will get up on the internet and ask people, could you look, what is this, that, and the other? No, you go and look it up. You learn how to look up information on your own. Okay. Be independent minded. Learn how to do stuff on your own. All right. So I'm going to end here. I just want to share this with you. And what do you think about what I showed you? I actually, when it happened, I was surprised. I was surprised. I didn't know what to think, but then at the same time, I was like, this is, yeah, this is happening. They don't want you to know certain things. I believe this is what it is. Okay. But I'm going to end here. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. So this is Sincere. Until next time.